Anywhere there's real niggas around, I'm right at home. What up, y'all? It's your man Fat Boy checking the fuck in. Daylyt versus ARP. Man, I did not want to do this fucking blog. I felt like when ARP dropped his, that was going to be the end of it. And y'all all heard it. We don't need to talk about this shit. But then Daylyt decided to make a battle out of this shit and drop his own fucking round. It's a battle rap community, so it's starting to look like a fucking battle. Kind of now you got to talk about it and shit. So here the fuck we are. Let's start on the back end, which was Daylyt. Daylyt's entire blog came off like a fucking confessional. Like, it's time for me to speak on my sins and ask for forgiveness and let niggas know why I've been doing all the shit I've been doing. So now I gotta kind of speak to these issues and let niggas know of the fuck shit I done and why I did it. That's pretty much how it all came off to me. Now, something I want to speak on real quick before I go any further. I don't know how true it is. I don't know how true any of what Daylyt says is true, because you can't have trust in nigga from all the trolling. But the shit he was supposedly doing within the community is to be commended. I hate the fact that that's probably going to get overlooked by a lot of people. My nigga, trying to bring positive energy to a gang culture is a big fucking deal. And if he really was doing that shit, yo, salute to Daylyt for that shit. That is highly commendable. You gain a lot of respect from me for that situation, my nigga. Saving lives and trying to save lives of young black men. We need more of that shit. Really, at the end of the day, my nigga, this is just a matter of all Daylyt's bullshit coming back on him. Because from what it sounds like, it could have been resolved. It could have been addressed had they spent more time on the phone talking on a personal level, regardless of who didn't reach out to who or who stopped reaching back out to who or whatever. Daylyt just wasn't moving his feet fast enough for RBE. That's really all it come down to. They wanted you to do this and do that, and you spent more time doing other shit, and they wasn't feeling it. That's really the end of it, to be completely honest. I don't like the fact that ARP seemed to have taken an investigative approach with Daylyt instead of giving him the chance to do what it is you asked him to do. Now, maybe, like I said, he wasn't moving his feet fast enough and y'all got antsy and pulled the trigger and put somebody else in his place. All right, so be it. I understand that move because you have invested too much in this entire event to have something fall through. You can't take that kind of risk. Which leads me to, what the fuck was you thinking trying to get Daylyt involved in a situation where you know this nigga had too much bullshit with him? If you knew this going in, fuck all that. We was trying to give him a chance and we was trying to see if he was going to live up to it. Maybe these niggas thought this was going to be his chance to really shine, because who knows if he is or isn't going to get the Lux battle. This is his chance to prove his worth and show up and do something right. Maybe they thought that was the case. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't have fucked with Daylyt in the first place. And I had a blog saying exactly that when the shit was announced. So I'm completely lost as to how you can really complain about it now. But it is what it is. So back to my point. You really took an investigative approach on Daylyt instead of talking to this nigga man up. You seem to have that conversation with King Los, and regardless of how good his excuse was or wasn't, you just decided to just continue on with this nigga. Now, he don't have a track record in the battle rap community for blowing off battles, because he don't He don't do battles and shit like that. Not to mention, no matter who you put him up against, he's the second biggest battle on your card. You can't afford for that shit to fall through. You just can't. So you gotta take his word, so to speak, because you need him to remain on the card. He is almost just a bigger draw to the card as Mook and Verb is, and you can't afford for that shit to not happen. So here lies the next problem. You got Daylyt talking all this extra shit about scientific studies on negativity and all this other shit, and he working on shit in the community and all that other stuff. And I think Daylyt is not realizing, my nigga, yeah, you saying you prepping for the battle, yeah, you saying you gonna do the trailer, yeah, you saying you doing all this, but you contractually obligated to RBE to do a job, and you not on it. These niggas tired of waiting for you, and whether I feel like or anybody else feel like RBE jumped the gun and pulled the trigger on you without giving you a fair shake at the situation, you haven't earned it. Your track record is shit. You do too much fuck shit, you do too much trolling, you spent a lot of time in this video, and I've never lied to RBE, and I never lied to ARP, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. That's cool. Whether that's fact or not, we don't know. But for ARP, it just wasn't good enough. I hate that this happened, but at the end of the day, we got some bars out of it from Daylyt that I want to speak on now. Were the bars magnificent? No, I don't think they was magnificent. Were they a 10? They were not a 10. 8, 9 maybe? I'm leaning more towards 9. I think what I heard, considering how Daylyt can be, I'm leaning more towards a 9. I think that's good coming from Daylyt, considering the fuck shit he like to deliver from time to time when he get in battles, like we got with the Mickey Fax situations, like we got with the B Magic situation, what we got from numerous other battles from Daylyt, where he just pull out fucking antics and costumes and a bunch of shit instead of battling your opponent and giving us a good fucking battle. Daylyt had a moment where he was like, yo, I was hurt. They lowballed me and they gave more to Ice. My nigga, you're not gonna pay a junkie the same you would a professional to cut your grass. The nigga who has an outstanding reputation and you can vouch for, you're gonna be more willing to give them what they asking for. You know it's gonna get done right. Here's my idea on that though. It was a business move, obviously. We're gonna lowball Daylyt, or basically just pay him the minimum, because we don't know if it's gonna fall through and if this nigga gonna live up to his end of the bargain. So if shit do fall through, at least we didn't kick out all this money to not have him battle. However, on the other end, it do save us money to pay another motherfucker if we have to, and not get hurt so much. It's gonna hurt, but it ain't gonna hurt so much. So while Daylyt is sitting up there feeling like he got lowballed, yeah, you put yourself in a situation to be treated that way because of all your other past shit. Look, the past finally caught up to Daylyt. I didn't sit here wishing on him. I'm not wishing it on him. It just is what it is at this point, though. It caught up to the nigga. That's really all I got to add to this conversation. I felt like overall, could it have been handled differently? Of course it could have been handled differently. I felt like these niggas could have easily sat down at some point, had a long conversation, and addressed the issues. You did not treat Los the same way you treated Daylyt, and you explained it that way, to be completely honest. And it seemed a little unfair, but that's Daylight's fault. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Who do you feel is more forthcoming with the information and was more honest? Who do you felt was more in the right or in the wrong? Drop a comment. Like, comment, share, subscribe. It's your man Fatboy signing the fuck off. I respect the culture. I advise you to do the same.